UNCW men's basketball on a row, a 10-1 start so far for the Seahawks. Coming up today on this edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle, we'll recap the latest win at Valparaiso from Saturday. It's the 75th season of UNCW men's basketball. We'll preview episode 3 of Title Rising. We'll reintroduce you to Nolan Hodgej, one of the stars for UNCW this season in our Pepsi player profile. We'll hand out this week's awards and look ahead to a game against Howard with the Seahawks back home in Trask Coliseum. All that coming up this episode of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle.
Gets a screen from Wester. Stutter dribble, drives in, spins. Far sideline in the left corner. It's May. High arcing three. Knocks it in. Ross driving left baseline and dunking it against the defense.
Well, UNCW continues to be on a roll right now. 9 straight wins, including a win on Saturday in Indiana, the Seahawks against Valparaiso. Mike Vaccaro here with Takeo Siddle, head coach of the Seahawks, and coach, 10-1 overall right now. You've got to be very pleased to where you guys are sitting with just 2 non-conference games left.
Yeah, Mike, very pleased with the group right now. Very excited with how we've grown over the course of the last month and a half. We've really gotten better each and every day, and that's the goal of non-conference basketball, just trying to get a little bit better each and every practice, each and every game. I think I've seen growth in the areas that we're emphasizing, so very pleased with where we are right now.
Let's talk about the game at Valparaiso on Saturday. You go to Indiana after a week off. What were your thoughts going into that matchup with them?
Yeah, I knew, I talked to the guys. I watched the film, talked to the coaches. We felt like this was probably the second best team we played outside of Kent State. Great size for position, great skill, very talented at certain spots. And then you talk about the external factors of, going up there and being in the cold and just the environment. So all of those things concern me. I knew we were going to have to deal with them on both ends of the floor, and I thought our guys did a great job of adhering to the scouting report and the game plan.
Yeah, but you're down 9 at halftime. This was a kind of a gut check for you guys to see how you could finish this game, and certainly you were able to do that once again.
Yeah, our toughness wasn't where it needed to be in the first half, and I didn't think we were competing like we needed to. We certainly played some good basketball and probably about 5 to 6 minutes of that first half, but I didn't think we were quite tough enough, and I challenged them at halftime, and we came out, we were the tougher team in the second half.
Yeah, certainly. It all started with the defense for UNCW. Again, down as much as 12, down 9 at halftime. Let's take a look at the highlights from Saturday. UNCW gets to win 73-70, and Coach, it was your senior leaders, both Nolan Hodgej and Noah Ross, that led you guys. Hodgej 28, 18 for Ross, and I thought Ross's defense, especially second half, kind of set the tone early.
Yeah, it did. Active in the passing lanes. He was getting a million deflections. He created some offense from our defense, and I thought those two guys really put us on our backs. I thought they really stepped up in their leadership. I always talk to them about not blending in, and they certainly didn't do that the other night. I thought they really stood out, and they really carried us and got us that win.
Last 3 wins have all been close, but you've held your opponents to an average of less than 68 points. So the defense has really shown through here recently.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be what we hang our hat on. And, defense travels. You can always play defense, even when your shots are not going in. So the guys understand that, and they're buying into it.
Again, UNCW gets that win, 73-70, the final score. The Seahawks 10-1, the second best start in school history. We'll take a break. More to come after this. Stay with us.
Fact. It's Ford Truck Month, and it's the best time to get a great deal on a new Ford truck. From the company that assembles more vehicles, employs more hourly workers, who help make Ford the best-selling truck brand in the Carolinas. It's Ford Truck Month. Get great deals on a huge selection, and that's a fact. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $6,900 in total savings on select 2025 F-150 trucks.
Hey, grab me one too.
Right now, when you download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards, say good morning to 20% off any breakfast order of $10 or more. Wake up to the fluffy omelet biscuit or a home-style loaded burrito and save. That's goodness in Hardee's country.
I'm just being myself, cool as can be.
It's so easy. Get out your own way.
Hardee's Original Bag is back, now with even more full-size sandwiches to choose from. The new Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Hot Ham and Cheese, Hand-Breaded Chicken Tender Wrap, or Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger. Mix and match any two, with fries and a drink, just $5.99.
Well, UNCW this season, the 75th season of Seahawk basketball, and we've been talking about that throughout the season, Coach. The docuseries is out, Title Rising, 2 episodes, the third one coming out here soon. We're going to have a little preview here, but 75 seasons of this program. It's a long time and a lot of success here at UNCW.
Whole lot of success. When you talk about on the court, you talk about the great coaches we've had here, the great players we've had here, our administration. To be sitting in this position as a head coach now, I'm very humble. I know that everybody before me paved the way for me to be in this position. So very, very blessed and thankful to be in this position. But what a way to honor everybody. I'm excited to watch the docuseries. I'm excited to watch the whole thing, just to kind of, get hip to the history of the program and everything that happened back in the days, and see this thing be built up like it is right now is, I'm excited to watch it.
And you had a chance before the season to share the stage with Jerry Wainwright, Brad Brownell, Kevin Keats, the other coaches that brought championships here to UNCW. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, it was humbling. It was a dream come true. I always tell people this. I always wanted to come here and play for Coach Wainwright. And I know Brad Brownell was on staff as well. I wanted to play for those guys. I wanted to be at UNCW. And so to be sitting in the seat that they sat in before, and to be sharing the stage with them, very humbling for me. And then Kevin Keats is somebody he's my biggest mentor, somebody that I've always looked up to. So that was a dream come true moment for me.
Well, Jerry Wainwright prominent in episode 3. Here's a little teaser of Title Rising episode 3 out soon.
I'm telling you something right now, okay? When we win this game, there can be no shortcomings, okay? We expect to win. And you guys, hey, we got it. Not on the shot, not on the shot. Only on the drive. That was a great line he gave his player. If we win this game, we expect to win. He doesn't want any jerking around. mean, you can have moderate celebration, but the facts are this is the beginning of the battle. This is not the end.
Kente Smith-Dahl, 2 on the shot clock, back out, 3-point try.
3 out. Granville on the perimeter. Circling. Granville penetration. Kick out. Granville a 3.
So when the job opened up, I applied and I was told not interested. Looking for a head coach or whatever. And so I, kind of went on with my business. Of course, we had just gotten Timmy Duncan and Randolph Childress was there and Rodney Rogers. We were rocking. So I was with the ACC All-Star team with Coach Odom. We were down in Brazil, and I got a call that the job still hadn't been filled, and I think they were honing in really on, in all honesty, on Matt Doherty from Carolina and Mike Brey from Duke, both guys who I knew really well. So I remember pulling up here in front of the Trask. I think my wife got me in the front door because she would, I know you've met her. She's a special lady, and everybody wanted to talk to her. I was just kind of a throw-in. I had everything prepared. I remember when I first met the search committee, there were about 25 people on the search committee. So I just handed out booklets. I said, here, this is what I do. I'm not changing it. This is who I am. And if you guys think this will fit, great, As it turned out, they selected me, and we got started.
Gosh, what a Jerry was just a tremendous addition to our program. The right guy at the right time, really for us. He you hear that term, players coach. He was the players coach. The players loved him. They played hard for him. Coach was Wainwright was putting the pieces together. You could see it coming, and. Putting together basketball teams is not always the easiest thing to do. You have to have the right chemistry, the right skill, the right talent, size, a little bit of everything, and mold them really into what you want them to be. And he had a knack for doing that.
Yeah, Mike, it was kind of an interesting, journey because we finished second in the league my first year here. I think it was the highest finish ever, and we lost in the first round of the tournament. And I faced that team, and to this day, I remind them that was my fault. I was used, even though I knew it was a one-bid league, I hadn't lived that way in the ACC now. We knew we were going. We finished in a certain way. We didn't play tournament basketball all year. After that, I don't think there was a year here we didn't win double-digit conference games. That was the only time we lost in the first round. That team kept getting better. I thought our breakthrough team really was when Mark Byington was a junior, when he blew his knee out in the semifinals. That was a really good team. Billy Mayhew, Keith Spencer, and they played really, really well. And I thought that was a great tournament team. But,
we understand your time is important, and so is how you measure it. You may want a beautiful timepiece that's able to perform under intense pressure. Or you may want a chronograph with unparalleled accuracy and a sophisticated style. At Reed's Jewelers, you'll find the perfect watch to measure your time. Time is the currency of your life. Measure it well.
Hi, my name is Dr. Claude Jarrett with Wilmington Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for your Medical Minute on UNCW's campus. Here in Wilmington, we are fortunate enough to enjoy a lot of sports and outdoor activities. One of the more common injuries that we see this time of year are wrist fractures. The two most common type of wrist fractures are distal radius and scaphoid fractures. Both are successfully can be treated. However, prevention is always the best. When possible, it's good to remember how to fall. You want to be able to tuck and roll. When you're falling, be aware of your surroundings as well. With Wilmington Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our job is to help patients avoid long lines and expected cost of emergency rooms. We're able to tackle many orthopedic injuries such as acute traumas, fractures, and sprains.
Preparing for the big game, athletes practice countless hours year-round. Then, it's game time, and their fans get to see the results, cheering on their team to a win. At Coastline Insurance, we're working hard behind the scenes, preparing for when you need us, because we want our customers to be our biggest fans. Let Coastline Insurance shop your coverage and find out why we say, when we shop, you win. Find us online at coastlineinsurance.com.
Joey and Hannah here from your local Window World. Window World products are hurricane tough.
Today we have a special guest to put our windows to the test. UNCW's Sammy Seahawk. How about we start with 60 miles per hour?
Sounds good to me.
70?
Let's do it.
How about an 80 mile per hour fastball?
Won't be a problem.
Window World.
Built hurricane tough.
Hey, I'm TJ Carter, 2006 CAA Tournament MVP and Proud alum. Being a part of a winning culture taught me that success takes communication, trust, and teamwork. That's exactly what I bring every day at Southeast Mortgage. Whether you're buying your first home, moving up, or renovating your existing home, my team and I are here to guide you every step of the way. Together, we'll make your home buying journey a slam dunk. So why wait for overtime? Take the shot, call me today, or visit my website below.
Time for another Pepsi player profile. Today it's Nolan Hodgej, one of the returning players, obviously coached the leading scorer for this team. We've talked so much about him already, but it just seems like he's a different player this year. He's playing with confidence, and he's become the go-to player for you.
Yeah, he's waited his turn, Mike. You know, he's played every role since he's been here. You know, since he started as a freshman, he was just trying to get on the court. So whatever it took. His sophomore year, it was all about effort and rebounding and toughness. And then last year he scored a little bit for us, but it was similar to his sophomore year. And then now he's ready to step into a role where he's producing on the offensive end at a high level, and he worked his tail off to get to this point, so I'm very happy for him.
Yeah, he's off to a great start so far. He's among league leaders in a lot of categories. Nolan Hodgej sits down now with Kagan Jackson for our Pepsi player profile.
The second of our 4-year guys here for UNCW men's basketball. You know him, you love him, from Greensboro, North Carolina, number 4, Mr. Nolan Hodgej. Nolan, it's the obvious answer, or it's the obvious question, I should say. You and Noah are on your 4th year now. Pretty rare in college basketball these days. Why?
The city, the coaches, people like you bringing us back, making us feel special, and then just the environment and the culture we have here, winning, and I love to win.
So, yeah, speaking of winning, I mean, you and Noah have been a part of probably the winningest era in UNCW men's basketball, or one of. What do you think are the biggest contributing factors to our program's success?
I'd say our culture. You know, the coaches really focus on the little things and the details, and I think when we start winning, it all goes down to things we do in practice every day, and, you know, we work hard every day. So I'd say the little things and our culture, it all just accumulates to winning.
So I mentioned you and Noah a lot, and I said this in his interview. You guys came in together. You kind of were attached at the hip from the beginning, and everybody knows you two are really close. But what are some things that are different about you two that people may not know?
He's way crazier than me. He's got way more energy. He's always yelling about something, talking about something. I'd say I'm more laid back.
Okay, yeah, I'd definitely go with that. Nolan's pretty laid back dude. Maybe the thing I'll remember most about you, and we still have a year to go, but you've got probably one of the biggest plays in the history of UNCW basketball, in my opinion, the steal versus Charleston in the CAA tournament, and then led the team in scoring against Texas Tech in the NCAA tournament, you know, when the lights were the brightest. What does that say about Nolan Hodgej?
I wouldn't say it says much about me. I think it's more my teammates put me in position to be in the right spot, and the coaches trusted me and expected me to make plays. And, you know, I came here to make plays, but without my teammates, there wouldn't be any of it.
And there'll be a lot more big-time plays from Nolan Hodgej this year. I promise you that. Okay, so final question. Everybody's been asked this one. You got to get one guy on our staff and one manager. Somebody's got to buy you a basket at the end of the game. Who are you taking?
For staff, I feel like CP is the obvious answer, but I'm going to exclude him from this one.
I like that.
Let's see. Let me get Hunter Henderson with a corner three.
Hey, underrated answer. I really like that answer. I'm telling you, Hunt's automatic from three.
Yep.
Dude can shoot. All right, give me one manager.
Manager, I'll go Mav.
Good answer.
Mav's got a little dunk in practice before, so I'll go Mav.
Mav can hoop. All right, folks. Nolan Hodgej, you know him, you love him. This has been another edition of The Player Profile. We'll see you next week.
Fact. It's Ford Truck Month, and it's the best time to get a great deal on a new Ford truck. From the company that assembles more vehicles, employs more hourly workers, who help make Ford the best-selling truck brand in the Carolinas. It's Ford Truck Month. Get great deals on a huge selection, and that's a fact. Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus up to $6,900 in total savings on select 2025 F-150 trucks.
Hey, grab me one too.
Right now, when you download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards, say good morning to 20% off any breakfast order of $10 or more. Wake up to the fluffy omelet biscuit or a home-style loaded burrito and save. That's goodness in Hardee's country.
I'm just being myself, cool as can be.
It's so easy. Get out your own way.
Hardee's Original Bag is back, now with even more full-size sandwiches to choose from. The new spicy chicken sandwich, hot ham and cheese, hand-breaded chicken tender wrap, or charbroiled double cheeseburger. Mix and match any two with fries and a drink, just $5.99.
Time for this week's Wilmington Health Play of the Week. We go back to that game against Valparaiso. Nolan Hodgej, a key shot late in the comeback victory. Again, the Wilmington Health Play of the Week, Nolan Hodgej, a big shot, Coach. You had nothing but free throws after this, but this was the shot that put you guys up for good.
Yeah, Mike, when you're going through the non-conference and you have a new team where you lose a lot of scoring from the previous season, you're searching for that guy or those guys that relish those moments and that can deliver like Donovan did, like Kamari did, like Shaquem did, like Jalen Sims did. And Nolan is a guy that we feel like can be our go-to guy in those moments, and what a pretty play that was that he made, and with his size to raise up and shoot over top of people, man, that was good to see.
Hey, he's been silky smooth this season with his jump shot, and a big one right there. Take a look now at the Window World Wilmington High Impact Rebounder of the Week, and it's Gavin Walsh, Coach, coming off of the bench, a double-double for him. He led the way on the glass with 14. Again, this is what you expect for a guy who at Binghamton is one of the nation's leading rebounders.
Yeah, he has a knack for being around the basketball. I think that was the second most offensive rebounds that we've had in school history since Devontae Kaycock. He had 9. That's unheard of. So he just, the one challenge that I had for him was just losing himself in competition, going out there, not worrying about scoring and not worrying about the mistakes he's making. Just go lose yourself in the competition, and you could feel that the other day in the game against Valpo. Yeah, part of a double-double for Gavin Walsh, his first in a Seahawk uniform. How about the Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week? And again, we go back to Nolan Hodgej, the 28 points, a career high for him against Valparaiso. Shot 54% from the field, 40% from three, 10 of 12 from the free throw line as well. And it seems like he's been that guy at the stripe these last 3 games. This couldn't happen for a better human being. He's an excellent player, but he carries himself the right way, Mike. And I've been with him for 4 years. It's, one of my favorite players of all time, 100%. So it couldn't happen for a better person, man. And I'm excited to see what he can do finishing out the season.
Yeah, Nolan Hodgej, once again, our Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week. We'll take our final break. When we get back, we'll look ahead to Howard, UNCW and the Bison coming up on Saturday in Trask. We'll talk about that next.
We understand your time is important, and so is how you measure it. You may want a beautiful timepiece that's able to perform under intense pressure. Or you may want a chronograph with unparalleled accuracy and a sophisticated style. At Reed's Jewelers, you'll find the perfect watch to measure your time. Time is the currency of your life. Measure it well.
Hi, my name is Dr. Claude Jarrett with Wilmington Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for your Medical Minute on UNCW's campus. Here in Wilmington, we are fortunate enough to enjoy a lot of sports and outdoor activities. One of the more common injuries that we see this time of year are wrist fractures. The two most common type of wrist fractures are distal radius and scaphoid fractures. Both successfully can be treated. However, prevention is always the best. When possible, it's good to remember how to fall. You want to be able to tuck and roll. When you're falling, be aware of your surroundings as well. With Wilmington Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our job is to help patients avoid long lines and expected cost of emergency rooms. We're able to tackle many orthopedic injuries such as acute traumas, fractures, and sprains.
Preparing for the big game, athletes practice countless hours year-round. Then, it's game time. And their fans get to see the results, cheering on their team to a win. At Coastline Insurance, we're working hard behind the scenes, preparing for when you need us, because we want our customers to be our biggest fans. Let Coastline Insurance shop your coverage and find out why we say, when we shop, you win. Find us online at coastlineinsurance.com.
Joey and Hannah here from your local Window World. Window World products are hurricane tough.
Today we have a special guest to put our windows to the test. UNCW's Sammy Seahawk. How about we start with 60 miles per hour?
Sounds good to me.
70?
Let's do it.
How about an 80 mile per hour fastball?
Won't be a problem.
Window World.
Built hurricane tough.
Hey, I'm TJ Carter, 2006 CAA Tournament MVP and Proud alum. Being a part of a winning culture taught me that success takes communication, trust, and teamwork. That's exactly what I bring every day at Southeast Mortgage. Whether you're buying your first home, moving up, or renovating your existing home, my team and I are here to guide you every step of the way. Together, we'll make your home buying journey a slam dunk. So why wait for overtime? Take the shot, call me today, or visit my website below.
Time for the Southeast Mortgage upcoming game for UNCW. Just one game here before the holiday. It's Howard at 2 o'clock in Trask Coliseum on Saturday. And Coach, second consecutive meeting with the Bison. Didn't go your way last year, so I know that's kind of probably on your mind to kind of get a little revenge here this go round.
Yeah, it's on my mind for sure. A lot of respect for their program. I mean, that's a championship program. That's something that we talked about last year. We've been talking about it as of late. And they have a DNA. They have an identity of being a, playing at a championship level. So we're going to have to be ready to go on both ends of the floor. I mean, they present some challenges for us.
Yeah, one of the favorites in the MEAC. And, this is always a tough game as well because it's the game right before the holiday break, before players go home. So how much is that on your mind?
And that's keeping me up at night. But I do think we have a mature team. Like I told them, Mike, you're going home regardless. Might as well go ahead and win the game. So I challenged them. I sent them a text on Sunday. Let's be great at the next thing until Saturday at 4 o'clock. After that, you can do whatever you want to do. But let's focus until the game is over with. And I think we'll be ready to go.
All right, so again, UNCW and Howard, 2 o'clock tip. 1:45 will be our airtime Saturday inside at Trask Coliseum. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you, Mike.
For Takeo Siddle and Riley Nance behind the scenes, our director and producer, I'm Mike Vaccaro. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for another episode of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle.